These people are amongst the greatest quiz players in Britain. Together, they make up the Eggheads, arguably the most formidable quiz team in the country. The question is, can they be beaten? Welcome to a special celebrity edition of Eggheads, the show where a team of 5 quiz challengers pit their wits against possibly the greatest quiz team in Britain. They are the Eggheads. And hoping to rewrite the rulebook against our quiz Goliaths today are page-turners. Now, having a team of writers on has got me thinking about where authors get their inspiration from. Do tales of, say, I don't know, 4 lovable rogues, slightly greying, and a little rough around the edges, all vying for the attention of a striking femme fatale who's possibly a millionairess, just come to them in a flash? What do you think, Judith?
I don't know.
Judith is wearing leopard skin.
And wearing leopard skin as well.
absolutely.
You're right. That's the start of a book right there. OK, let's meet our challengers.
I'm Kate Williams and I'm a historian and novelist, and I wrote my first novel when I was 7 about a little girl called Maria who's taken on adventures by an albatross.
Hello, I'm Wendy Holden. I'm a #1 best-selling author and I write comic novels.
I'm Norina Hertz. I write books on politics and economics, which have been translated into 22 languages, and I'm ITV News' economics editor.
I'm Dreda St Mitchell. I'm a crime novelist and I love writing about the East London Badlands.
Hi, I'm Jenny Colgan. I've written over 30 novels, mostly for adults, some for children, and some for Doctor Who fans who incorporate the best features of both of those types.
So, Kate and team, hello.
Hello.
I can tell the eggs are really on their mettle here. Believe me, they've heard who you all are, they know who you all are. I think they're a little bit scared, Kate.
I can see the fear in their faces.
whites of their eyes,
they're
the whites of their
terrified. They were quaking before. I just think we're obviously the quiz fighters.
Wipe the floor with them.
Oh, yes, that's
Yes,
it.
exactly. That's the thing. Do you quiz at all, Kate? I'm just thinking, as a historian, you've got the Kings and Queens taped.
I've done a few quizzes, a few history quizzes on TV. A great Tudor quiz, the Quizzium, and I did Mastermind and Pointless. So I've done a few, but never Eggheads.
I think you won Celebrity Mastermind, didn't you?
I did.
Look at the edge. They're actually getting so excited now. Wendy, are you a quizzer as well?
I love quizzes. I've never done Eggheads before, so it's going to be thrilling.
And I'm thinking, Wendy, for you, arts and books probably the best subject because you write and you love to read.
Yeah, I hope so, but the pressure's on, Jeremy. I mean, what if I get in there and I don't know the answer? I'll get pummeled to death by my teammates.
Wendy's good on science.
Oh, is that right?
Great on science. Yeah.
But now I think of you, Norina, as maybe being the scientist, but that's economics and that's different.
Yeah, it's definitely different. I didn't even do biology O-level, so although I think I could just about do that. I could do the science. I could do the science.
Economics is science,
Yeah, and you
isn't it?
sometimes have
Politics is
maths
science.
questions. I can do maths.
Yeah.
So, yes.
You can do like long division if
I can definitely
Yeah.
do algebra, long division, so if you throw some of those at me,
right
we'll
away,
be fine.
basically we've got it covered.
Yeah.
Beware, there can be low culture in here as well. There can be Coronation Street, there can be EastEnders.
I love EastEnders.
All right.
I love EastEnders.
Dreda, what about you?
Any
Are you-
Archers questions? I'm really good at them.
Archers, yes.
I've only come on because I was told there was a crime category. There isn't one, is
No,
there?
well, there are crime books come up
Great
a lot.
murders.
We have a lot of Agatha Christie come up. Seriously.
Yeah.
So we've got literature, we've got a bit of history with Kate. This is good. What about you, Jenny?
I'm very good at Scrabble, if that helps. Otherwise, I'm living in perpetual terror of geography. It just takes me right
geography.
back to Oxbow Lakes. That is literally the last thing I remember about geography. If there is an Oxbow Lake question, I still won't be able to answer it.
Have we done Oxbow Lake? Eggheads?
Is
Well,
it
some of
that?
them. It's like that.
Yeah, with water in between.
It's got water in it, yeah. Brilliant. That's brilliant, yeah.
Okay,
I'm
feeling
feeling
better.
slightly reassured now.
Yeah. Honestly, they've got gaps as well. So, good luck, challengers. Every day there is £1,000 worth of cash up for grabs for our celebrities' chosen charity. However, if they fail to defeat the Eggheads, the prize money rolls over to the next show. Now, page-turners, they've won the last 18 games on the trot against the celebrities. They've been knocking them out the park. It does mean there's £19,000 if you win.
Wow, that's
So,
incredible.
would you like to try?
Yes.
OK, the first head-to-head battle is on the subject of history.
Oh my gosh.
OK,
History.
so
I don't get this right.
I'm assuming it's you, Kate. I don't know, you say.
Anyone else like to?
No.
Okay.
All right, I'll do
Okay.
A historian on history. This is already exciting. Which egghead do you want to take on? You can have Judith, Chris, Pat in the middle, Barry or Steve.
Yes.
Yes.
The very
Pat?
Pat?
Because you've got you've got the same colour.
It's destiny.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It is.
All right,
All right.
we're talking here a man who won £1 million on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, mastermind champion, Brain of Britain 2006, mastermind,
just to make you feel bad.
4 times British quiz champion. You've picked out, I think, the strongest quizzer in the team straight away. So the
We
stakes
go
are
for
high.
the big guns.
Kate
Yeah,
from the
absolutely.
page turners
We're
to
not
take on
scared.
Pat on history. I really want to see this. Please go to the question room now. Pat, I was just looking at your record on history. You've done the history round 46 times. Do you know how many you've lost?
A couple?
1.
Oh, I don't like this, Jeremy. You're the agent of doom when you come out with these stats.
All right, well, let's see. Kate, your love of history is there for all of us to see, isn't it?
I do love history. I haven't done 46 rounds on Eggheads on it, but I do love it.
Would you like to go first or second, Kate?
I'll go first, please.
First question to you. What name was given to the period at the start of World War II before hostilities commenced in earnest? Boer War, Phony War, or Invisible War?
I think it was number 2, the Phony War.
Phony War is quite right. OK, Pat. Yeah? You like this? Well, you got challenges, you knew that.
I've got one.
You've got a song going here. Pat, in which decade of the 20th century is the Cold War typically said to have begun? The 1910s, the 40s, or the 70s?
When World War II ended with Allied victory, the Americans and the Russians suddenly realised that they were adversaries, and it kicked in fairly quickly after the end of World War II. So I'll have to go for the 1940s.
1940s is right. Back to you, Kate. Which of these criminal double acts are believed to have been killed in Bolivia in 1908? Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, Bonnie and Clyde, or Burke and Hare?
Well, Burke and Hare, I think, are the body snatchers who never got anywhere near Bolivia. I think Bonnie and Clyde were a bit later. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid is the right answer.
Oh, thank goodness. Heavens, I
know
can't cope
that's-
with this anymore, Jeremy. It's too much tension.
And I know that's not exactly your area. Got it right, that's all that matters. OK, back to Pat. Pat, which 1485 battle was decided by the forces of the Stanley family when they intervened to fight against the ruling monarch? Tewkesbury, Agincourt, or Bosworth Field?
As far as I know, this was a bit of a dirty deed. I think they switched allegiances at a key moment. It's quite a famous date because it's sometimes offered as marking the end of the Middle Ages. It's Bosworth Field.
Bosworth Field is right. OK, Kate, back to you. What was the occupation of the early British historian, the Venerable Bede? Was this person a monk, a printer, or a banker?
He was a monk.
They didn't have printers or
He
bankers.
was a
so-
monk, you're right. And Jenny pointing out they didn't have many printers then. Don't say.
He was an IT consultant.
OK, Pat, you need this to stay in. In the 18th century, Henrietta Howard, Countess of Suffolk, was mistress to which king? George II, William III, or Edward V?
So 1700s and dismissing Edward V. George II is comfortably within the 1700s. William III, he can't have been around for much of the 1700s. I'm not certain of this. I think I'll have to go for George II.
Let's check with Kate. Kate?
It's definitely George II. I was
George
really
II is
hopeful
right.
then, but definitely George II. Yeah, very
Okay.
well done.
All right, so here we go. We got 3 each.
Can
now.
I have a king
Correct.
and queen question?
I really want you to.
Thank you, Jeremy.
We go to sudden death now, Kate. I don't give you alternative options. We were enjoying watching this. So,
I'm loving it.
here's your next question, Kate. Which 20th century British king reportedly said that after he himself died, his eldest son would ruin himself within 12 months?
Well, it can't be George VI because he only had daughters, of course, Elizabeth and Margaret. George V, he was father to Edward VIII, who perhaps wasn't our best king, didn't even last a year, abdicated to marry Mrs. Simpson. So I think I'll go for George V.
George V is quite right.
Yay!
Brilliant. I love it. Pat, which Roman emperor died in 54 AD, thought to have been poisoned by his wife Agrippina?
The chap that springs to mind, poisoned by his wife, is Claudius.
Claudius is correct. Kate, what name is popularly given to the events of February the 7th, 1497, when Girolamo Savonarola called on Florentines to burn all books, paintings, and any other luxuries that drew their hearts away from God?
Oh dear, I'm having a blank. I'm definitely. I've got a picture of Savonarola in my head. Bonfire of the Vanities. I can't. But Bonfire. I can't think. I don't know. I don't know. Bonfire of the Vanities.
Bonfire of the Vanities is right.
Oh, good.
Pat, Adventure Galley, also known simply as Adventure, was an English sailing ship captained by which notorious Scots privateer? Need a first name and a surname.
I think this man is frequently described in two different ways, but if you require a first name and a surname, I think it's William Bonney.
Gasp of breath from the Eggheads. Eggheads?
William Kidd.
William Kidd is the answer.
Oh, Captain Kidd.
You've done it, Kate. You're through.
Oh my gosh. Oh dear.
Oh, Pat.
Oh dear.
Clumsy.
Well played, Pat. Thank you.
Oh, Pat. Was that just a slip by you, Pat? or
Yeah,
who's
I thought
William?
Captain Kidd, and
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's not his real name. He's William, and then somehow, instead of just sticking with Kidd, I switched to Bonney, which is...
Oh, so you're thinking of the same guy?
I'm thinking of
but-
Captain Kidd, but you said you wanted forename and surname, so Captain goes out the window. So then I worked on. I just dropped the ball. Oh well.
Oh, well. Beaten by a historian, no shame in that. Well done, Kate. You're in the final round.
Crumbs.
You've taken on one of the strongest Eggheads and knocked him out. This is very exciting now. Please return to us and we'll play on. Well, we don't see Pat lose many history rounds. Oh, my goodness, and it's only just the end of round one. Page turners have not lost any brains from the final round. The Eggheads have lost a brain, and we play on with science. Who wants science?
Science.
Wendy, do you want to do it?
No.
Or I'll do it?
No.
Okay, I'll do it.
You do? Yeah, go on.
Jenny?
Okay.
Jenny, who would you like to play? Anyone but Pat.
Ooh, I'd like to play Barry, please, because I like his shirt.
No better reason. Good. And he loves his science. OK, so it is Jenny from the Page Turners playing Barry from the Eggheads. Please, both of you, take your positions. Well, I normally think of you as writing romantic comedies, but today I guess it's got to be sci-fi, Jenny, hasn't it, really? As we're in the science round.
We are in the science round. Science fiction and science. Well, there's something called hard science fiction, which is for people that are, like to write about scientific concepts and progress them. That's really not what I do. I like to write about kissing spacemen. So if you've got any kissing spacemen questions, that would be top.
We'll have a look for some. And you've written or contributed to 5 Doctor Who fiction books, which spin off from the series, basically.
That's right, but it means I get to write for lots of doctors who come back and do it. So like last year, David Tennant came back to a recording studio and I wrote an episode for him and for Catherine Tate, and that was brilliant. So it's lovely. I love going back and picking up all the old companions.
Brilliant. All right, Jenny, science, here we go. We'll look for the kissing spaceman and see if we can find them. Do you want to go first or second against our Barry?
First, please, let's get this horrible process out of the way.
So, science, Jenny, and your first question. Which of these creatures can be found in the wild in Africa? Giant panda, grizzly bear, or aardvark?
OK, right, pandas, China. And a grizzly bear is what I would associate with Canada or somewhere in the wilds of North America. So, aardvark.
Yes.
Aardvark is your answer. Norina likes that, Norina?
I like that.
Yes, aardvark is right. Well done. OK, Barry, in nature, what word is used to describe the interaction between creatures that live together in co-dependent harmony? Is it symbiosis, antibiosis, or panobiosis?
Well, this is easy because I don't know what antibiosis and panabiosis is, But there are many terms for creatures that live together in harmony. I think commensalism is one of them, but the more familiar one is certainly symbiosis, so that's my answer.
Symbiosis is the right answer. OK, Jenny. Following the inclusion of 4 new chemical elements in the periodic table, the 6 elements in the group known as halogens are fluorine, astatine, bromine, iodine, tennessine, and which other? Argon, neon, or chlorine?
Neon is a gas. I guess you put it in lights. Argon is a gas. Chlorine is a gas. Oh gosh, I am so sorry. I'm literally going to say this one because it rhymes with the other one, and I'm going to say chlorine.
Chlorine is your answer. Barry?
Chlorine is absolutely the correct answer.
All right, chlorine is right, Jenny. Well done.
I knew poetry was the best.
And yes, poetry is the best way to get them, yeah. Barry, here's your second question. Plate tectonics is a scientific theory concerned with what? The movement of the planets, the movement of the Earth's crust, or the movement of the human gut?
Yes, it was the movement of the Earth's crust.
Correct. The movement of the Earth's crust is right. Jenny, for 3 in a row. In early Western physiological theory, which word follows black and yellow to make 2 of the 4 cardinal humours thought to determine a person's temperament? Is it bile, phlegm, or acid?
That's so annoying because I thought the answer was going to be humours and I was going to pull this off. Right, it's yellow and black. Yeah, it's got to be bile, hasn't it?
Bile is correct. Yes, 3 out of 3. OK, Barry slips up here and you're in the final round. In 1753, who was awarded the Royal Society's Copley Medal on account of his curious experiments and observations on electricity? Nikola Tesla, Thomas Edison, or Benjamin Franklin?
Nikola Tesla is much later, and he had many tussles with Thomas Edison, who's from the same time. So I think Benjamin Franklin must have been awarded the Copley Medal.
Benjamin Franklin is correct. Again, 3 out of 3 for you both. Playing well, Jenny. Outside your comfort zone, I know. We go to sudden death, and it gets a bit harder. I don't give you alternatives. Here's your question. What is the name of the famous British medical journal, still published today, that was established in 1823 under the editorship of Thomas Wakley?
Is it the Lancet?
The Lancet is right. Barry, what imperial unit of measurement is equal to 224 ounces?
16 ounces in a pound. It's probably a stone, but let me think, is that 14 times 16? I think it must be a stone. But my mind is seized on the maths. 16 ounces is 1 pound, 14 pounds is 1 stone. Yes, 1 stone.
1 stone is right. Oh, I thought you were going to suddenly say a pound.
I thought I was for a moment.
You're never going to forgive yourself.
Let the record show that we had them on the run.
Yes, this is a good moment. OK, Jenny, the brown howler is a monkey species that is native to which continent?
South America.
South America's correct. Like it. Barry, the tensor tympani is a muscle within which organ of the body?
Well, tympani makes me immediately think of the ear, so that's my answer, the ear.
Ear is right. It dampens sounds such as when you make sounds through chewing. OK, Jenny. Copra, which is mainly used to make livestock feed, is a dried product of what fruit? COPRA.
Oh, do you know what's in my head right now? A picture of a cartoon horse eating a big crunchy apple. I have not the faintest. So my swan song is a big horse wearing a hat, eating a nice crunchy apple, and I will say apples.
It's not apple, it's coconut.
Ah, there we go.
All right, you're not out yet, Jenny. Barry, which period in the Paleozoic geological era is named after an English county?
I think it's time for my famous mnemonic on all the periods, isn't it?
Go on then.
Camels often sit down carefully, perhaps their joints creak. So let's see, Cambrian might be Wales. Ordovician, that's a tribe. Silurian, that's a tribe. Devonian, that's an English county. Carboniferous, Permian, Triassic, Jurassic. No, I will say Devonian. They're Devon.
Devonian is your answer. If you've got it right, you've taken the round. Correct answer is Devonian. Well done, Barry. Sorry, Jenny. You fought well there, my goodness.
Hey,
you
well,
fought
indeed.
well.
And
Barry's in the
excellent
final,
round.
Jenny's knocked out. Come back to us, we'll play on. Well, this is a great contest. The page-turners have now lost a brain themselves from the final round. The Eggheads have also lost one. Remember, no celebrity team has yet beaten the Eggheads, so they are really trying to fight them off here. And the next subject is arts and books.
Hey!
Who wants this?
So, do you want to do it, Wendy?
Shall I do it?
Yeah. Go on.
I'll do it. Go, Wendy.
Okay.
it on in.
Go, do the short straw.
Wendy, our novelist, against which
You're happy
Egghead?
to
And it can be Steve on the far end or Chris or Judith.
Why don't I take on the brain of Derbyshire?
Do that already?
Okay.
No.
Okay, yes, then you
in
must.
your heart you want, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what you wanted to do? OK.
You must.
Oh, yes, you've wanted to.
The brain of Derbyshire.
The brain of Derbyshire.
Yeah.
Who else?
It's destiny.
No, you were the two-time winner.
once. Yeah.
Yeah, OK. Because you've got Derbyshire connections too, Wendy.
Exactly.
Right. Good. Wendy from the Page Turners is going to try and knock out Steve from the Eggheads. Another doughty player. Arts and books is the subject. Please take your positions. Well, Wendy, you started as a journalist
That's right.
and on the Sunday Times
Yes,
you worked.
absolutely. On the style section.
And I know you've got a bit of literature in your background because you studied English at Cambridge as well.
Yes, I did. Yes, English literature at Girton. That's right. Yeah, absolutely. So I really feel slightly under pressure now. It was a long time ago.
I just put that in and Steve immediately rolls his eyes. Steve, you've got a quizzer here.
Definitely. I think my number might be up today, but we'll see.
The Derbyshire connection, Steve. Whereabouts are you?
Bolsover, near Chesterfield.
And Wendy, where's your base?
You know,
then?
he's not very far. He's only the other side of the M1 from me. Bolsover is fantastic. It's got the most beautiful castle, and I go there quite a lot to have a look at it. It's great. So that's really fun that he's so close. It's a real local head-to-head. It's a real local derby, as it were.
This is like a pub quiz now.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, well, good luck.
Thank
I hope
you.
you're both still talking after this. Arts and books, Wendy, and you can choose whether you go first or second against Steve.
I'll go first, please.
All right, good luck, Wendy. Here we go. See if you can get into the final. What is the usual term for a work of art such as a fresco that is painted directly onto a wall? Wendy, is this a montage, mosaic, or mural?
A mural.
Mural is quite right. Well done. Everyone agrees. Steve, which of these poets laureate was born first? William Wordsworth, John Betjeman, or Carol Ann Duffy?
That's William Wordsworth, Jeremy.
William Wordsworth is right. It may get harder. Wendy. Gilbert and George are a duo who chiefly work in which area of the arts? Poetry, modern art, or theatre?
I have a Gilbert and George story, actually.
Go on.
I was once on a bus and Gilbert and George were sitting behind me. It was so exciting. They're not poets and they're not theatre people. They are modern artists.
Modern art is right. And I thought your story was going to be the bus crashed or something.
I know.
They were just sitting there. If it was one of your books, that wouldn't go off a cliff. It would plough into the local council offices or something like that.
Absolutely. You should be doing my job, Jeremy.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, Steve. The Maltese Falcon is a detective novel by which author? Raymond Chandler, Dashiell Hammett, or John Grisham?
It's Dashiell Hammett, Jeremy.
Dashiell Hammett is correct. All right, your third question now. Wendy, here we go. Jerusalem, subtitled The Emanation of the Giant Albion, is a book completed in 1820 by which English author and artist? Was it J.M.W. Turner, Aubrey Beardsley, or William Blake?
Well, I know it's not Turner because I don't think he wrote novels. Aubrey Beardsley obviously was famous for his extremely rude cartoons and illustrations. So I am going to go for William Blake.
William Blake is correct. 3 out of 3. Okay, Steve, to stay in. Which of her characters does Jane Austen describe in a novel as everything but prudent? Marianne Dashwood, Mr. Darcy, or Mr. Wickham?
Don't know. Are expecting something else coming up there. Don't know much about Mr. Wickham. I don't know. I'm about to be corrected, I'm sure, by the lady on my left. I will say Marianne Dashwood.
Wendy, do you know the answer?
Definitely not Mr. Darcy. I think it is probably Mr. Wickham because Lydia runs off with him and he's a sort of no-good soldier and it all goes horribly wrong. Right. So I'm guessing it was him. But Marianne Dashwood obviously wasn't very prudent either, with sort of running around and getting wet and becoming terribly ill, although obviously it all worked out really well in the end.
Right. Gosh, but your teammates, what do you all think?
I
You think you've got it right?
I think Dashwood.
I think Wickham. And I think Wickham.
Yeah. They did get sort of sigh when you said it. Steve, Marianne Dashwood is the correct answer. There we go. 3 each again. This is well, you're already ahead of all our other celebrity teams. OK, third sudden death. Come on, Wendy, here we go. I don't give you alternative answers here, OK? Who wrote the novel The Beach, which became a hit film starring Leonardo DiCaprio?
It was Alex Garland.
It was Alex Garland. Well done. Steve, to stay in, which French painter's home in Giverny was bequeathed to the Académie des Beaux-Arts in 1966?
I'm hoping Giverny puts me onto Claude Monet.
Claude Monet is quite right. Wendy, which English actor, comedian, and occasional blues musician wrote the novel The Gun Seller?
Oh, this is Hugh Laurie.
Hugh Laurie, well done. OK. Steve, to stay in. Still, Wendy's pressing here. Which institution in London was opened in 1759 with free entry to all studious and curious persons?
Well, I can't do it from the dates, but just based on what you said about people being curious and studious, I'll try the British Museum.
British Museum is the right answer. They're good, aren't they, Wendy?
They're very good.
OK. Here's your question. Ruth Proer Jabwala's 1975 novel Heat and Dust is primarily set in which country?
I'm guessing India.
India's right.
Yes.
Steve, what was the nationality of the 19th century poet Emily Dickinson?
American.
American's right. Sudden death. Back to you, Wendy. In the works of Mervyn Peake, what is the name of the 77th Earl of Gormenghast?
Titus Groan.
Titus Groan is the right answer.
Oh, wow.
Well done. That's amazing. That is brilliant. You deserve to be in the final just with that answer. OK, Steve. The Osterman Weekend, The Scarlatti Inheritance, and The Matlock Paper are early novels by which American author?
Is it Robert Ludlum?
Robert Ludlum is correct. Wendy, back to you. Which British playwright, director, and film actor wrote the theatrical works Kvetch, Decadence, and East, the last being a blank verse play about his East End boyhood?
Is it Harold Pinter?
No.
Oh.
Challengers?
Stephen Berkoff. It's
Stephen Berkoff.
Oh.
Stephen Berkoff is the answer. That's the first incorrect answer we've had. All right, so this gives Steve a chance to take the round. With whom did David Hare write the 1985 play Pravda?
I've got a couple of people I want to say, but the names won't come into my head. I'm a bit torn between two, who both may be equally wrong, but I'm going to say Tom Stoppard.
Who was the other name?
It was the Václav Havel.
No, neither of them.
Oh, that's it.
Howard Brinton.
No, nowhere near it.
OK.
I'm still in.
You're still in. Here we go, Wendy. Sudden death.
Go on, Wendy. We're with you.
Endless Column is the name of a key work by which sculptor born in Romania in 1876? I need a first name and a surname.
Romanian sculptor. I can't think of a single sculptor, full stop. Sculptors that's gone out of my head. I'm thinking of Rodin and I'm thinking of Jacob Epstein, neither of whom are Romanian. But he must be really famous for him to be, or her, to be the answer to this. Endless Column. That does sound quite modernist. It does sound quite, possibly very conceptual. It's going to be somebody, a famous modernist sculptor. I can't think, sorry. Is it Jacob Epstein?
It's not. Let's just see if Steve knows.
Is it Constantine Brancusi?
Yes, it is.
Ah.
Constantine Brancusi.
Oh, okay, I bow.
Okay. This is top-level quizzing here. You can take the round with this, Steve. Which British painter's work, The Menin Road, portrays a scene of devastation in World War I?
Paul Nash?
Paul Nash is the correct answer. You've taken the round. That's an amazing round. Honestly, Wendy, bad luck there. And sculpture is not, I know it's not your central thing, so we took you out of the comfort zone there. Well done, Wendy, well played. But Steve, in the end, has beaten you on arts and books and will be in the final.
He is the brain of Derbyshire.
Not anymore.
You're the brain of Derbyshire now. OK, please come back, rejoin your teams. OK, the page-turners have now lost 2 brains from the final round. The Eggheads have lost 1. One more subject before the final, and it's music.
Yay!
Who wants music?
Yeah. Yes, I've been told it's me, yes.
OK, Drita.
Go.
Louder, stronger. Woo! So who am I gonna
Smash it.
Who am I gonna do?
right.
What do you think?
You've got the choice here, Chris and Judith, so the 2 on the right.
Yeah, let's have a woman. We were a female team. Yeah, let's have a female head-to-head. We're going for Judith.
OK, so Drita from the Page-Turners plays Judith from the Eggheads on music, and for the last time, please take your positions in the question room. So your first crime novel was running hot, Drita.
It was running hot, and it ran straight into the CWA, the Crime Writers Association, John Creasy Award, which I was just ecstatic about. And I love particularly writing crime books about people sometimes who are involved in crime, particularly East London crime. But also I have a passion about reading, so I'm an ambassador for the reading agency. And this year I was really lucky to be honoured to be chosen to write a quick read. I don't know if you know quick read, but they're to help with adult literacy. So I wrote another fast-paced crime book set on my devil's estate in East London called One False Move. I have a passion for reading, and I learnt to read by going, my mum used to send me to Whitechapel Library, so I have a passion for libraries as well.
Brilliant. Well, all the best with all your writing. I know you're a former primary school head teacher as well, with a degree in African history, so I hope something here works in the music round for you against Judith. Drita, would you like to go first or second?
I'd like to go first, please, Jeremy.
OK, good luck to you against Judith. Here is your question. Which of these acts has had the most #1 singles in the UK singles chart? Bon Jovi, Beatles, or Barry Manilow?
Ooh, good grief. #1s, well, I'm going to say the Beatles.
Beatles is correct. Judith, here's your first question. With which type of music is Jose Carreras most commonly associated? Is it opera, country and western, or blues?
I think that's opera.
Opera's right. Drita, what is the title of the show that is based on the songs of Queen that has played in London's West End for over 10 years? Drita, is this Radio Gaga, We Will Rock You, or Another One Bites the Dust?
I think, because I keep remembering where this is at the Dominion Theatre, I think it's We Will Rock You.
It is We Will Rock You, well done. Judith, in which year was the chart-topping singer Sam Smith born? Was he born in 1982, 1992, or 2002?
It's got to be 92, I think.
1992 is right.
Yeah.
2 each. Drita, we're waiting for Judith to make a mistake. She hasn't yet. Here's your third question. Which of these is a work by the composer George Gershwin?
Oh, my goodness.
Moonlight Sonata, Rhapsody in Blue, or The Pearl Fishers?
Oh, I love this. It is a truly amazing piece. I think it is Rhapsody in Blue.
It is Rhapsody in Blue. You're playing so well. 3 out of 3. Judith, Nina Persson is the lead singer with which Swedish pop band whose song Love Fool features on the soundtrack of the 1996 film Romeo and Juliet? The Cardigans, Roxette, or Icona Pop?
I'm trying to think which sounds Swedish. The Cardigans don't sound very Swedish. And Roxette doesn't sound terribly Swedish. But on the other hand, Icona Pop conceivably could be Swedish, so I'm going to get Icona Pop.
The Cardigans is the answer.
Oh,
no! You've been knocked out. Hey! Drita, you made short work of that. OK, you're in the final.
How amazing.
So many twists and turns.
So much less painful
So, Drina, return to us. Judith, come back. We'll play that final round for £19,000. So, this is what we have been playing towards. It is time for the final round, which, as always, is general knowledge. But I'm afraid those of you who lost your head-to-heads won't be allowed to take part in this round. So that's Wendy and Jenny from the Page Turners and Pat and Judith from the Eggheads. Would you please now leave the studio? Well, this has been a brilliant contest. Norina, we're now going to see you playing, and your thing is general knowledge, right?
Yes, I was waiting for general knowledge. We were saving me for this round.
She's our secret weapon.
All right, well, playing the final of Eggheads after a stupendous contest so far. You've got it absolutely level. Kate, Norina and Drina, you're playing to win the Page Turners £19,000 for your charities. Steve, Barry and Chris, you're just playing to hold them off, basically, after nearly being overwhelmed in the opening rounds. As usual, I'll ask each team 3 questions in turn. This time they're all general knowledge. You are allowed to confer. So, Page Turners, the question is, can your 3 brilliant brains defeat these 3 over here? And Kate, Norina, Drina, would you like to go first or second?
We'd like to go first.
Here we go with your first question. Approximately how far is it from John O'Groats to Land's End in a straight line? 100 miles, 300 miles, or 600 miles?
Geography's my worst subject.
Land's End to John O'Groats in a straight line. It's not going to be 100.
No. That's too short.
Yes.
OK. 600?
6.
Yeah.
OK.
600.
600 miles is correct.
Oh.
Right, Eggheads. James Earl Jones provides the voice for which character in the Star Wars films? Darth Vader, C-3PO, or Chewbacca?
Darth Vader, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
That is Darth Vader, Jeremy.
Darth Vader's correct. Challenges. Which former pro wrestler became the governor of Minnesota in 1999? Is this nature boy Ric Flair, Jesse the Body Ventura, or Rowdy Roddy Piper?
It's Jesse Ventura.
It is Jesse the Body
Jesse
Ventura.
the
Well
Body
done.
Ventura.
Well done. Eggheads, Canada's Vancouver Island is located in which body of water? Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, or Arctic Ocean?
Pacific Ocean, yeah.
Yep, definitely. Yeah,
Definitely.
as far up as Arctic, isn't it?
Well, it is where Vancouver is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the Pacific. Yeah, Pacific Ocean, Jeremy.
Pacific Ocean is correct. Okay, your third question. What is the name of the street in Liverpool which has a cathedral at either end? Clarence Street, Lime Street, or Hope Street?
I was in Liverpool the other day and I was in Hope Street.
Lime
Street is where the station
Lime Street is where the
remember
station is.
isn't it?
And is the cathedral next to the station? It's not in Hope Street. I think it's Hope Street.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we go?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Hope Street.
Hope Street is correct.
Oh.
Yes.
My
3 out
family's
of
from
3
Liverpool. Well, I
You haven't got a
Liverpool.
single question wrong in the multiple choice sections all through this game. They are a hard team to play, Eggheads. Now, if you get this wrong, Eggheads, you've lost. Until independence in 1961, which country was a British protectorate with an administrative centre called Bow? Was it Sierra Leone, Liberia, or Cape Verde?
How are we spelling bow, Jeremy?
B-O?
Liberia was found by freedom of slaves, so I don't think that was ever a British protectorate.
No.
And Cape Verde
It's
was
Portuguese.
so I think Sierra Leone, I think, is the only one that has a British connection there. I think the Portuguese colonies became independent after
Well, I
19.
was
Yeah,
going to
long
say
after
Liberia's
61,
been
yeah.
independent for a long
Liberia
time.
was
hasn't it? So,
independent. Yeah, so it's got to be Sierra Leone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it must be Sierra Leone.
That's got to be Sierra Leone, Jeremy.
Sierra Leone is correct. 3 out of 3.
Come on.
For you both. Final round. We go to sudden death. Gets a bit harder. I don't give you multiple choice. You know that because you've been in sudden death in almost every round. Here we go. In 2016, Christian Benteke joined which football club in a deal worth a reported £27 million?
Oh, Jeremy.
Oh my
Christian
gosh.
Benteke, 2016, 27 million.
Right, 27 million. So it's a club that can afford a lot of money.
Probably not
So
Wolverhampton
it's
Wanderers.
going to be someone like Manchester City
Chelsea.
or Chelsea.
Who's the
Although
team with the
I've got
the
this
guy-
awful fear that it's Liverpool, and my husband will never forgive me if it is Liverpool and I get it wrong.
Haven't Man City got a new person, Mohamed Mazou?
A new shopper.
Yeah, and he's been buying lots
He's
of
been
players
buying.
for Man City.
Got a lot of money.
And
Let's do it, girls.
Yeah?
yeah.
Man City.
Man City is your answer. Well, the good thing here, Norina, is it is not your husband Danny's favourite team. It's not Liverpool. Unfortunately, it's not Man City. And 27 million these days
Oh, was
is
it
not,
Arsenal?
is not a top price for a footballer, so it doesn't necessarily take you to the richest clubs. Crystal Palace.
Oh my gosh, we would
I would never have got that.
Crystal Palace.
We would have never got that.
Where was he before that?
It was at Liverpool.
He was at Liverpool before that.
That's why I thought I knew the name. I did think I knew the name.
Dear, we may be in trouble.
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
Okay, so you have got one wrong on sudden death. This can end quickly, but the Eggheads have to get this right. In The Archers, what was the first name of the woman who was found not guilty of attempted murder in September 2016?
Times I read about this.
Oh, gosh, I even listened to some of these episodes and I can't remember.
Because it's all anybody were talking about.
And Elizabeth, I've got a vague synapse firing on Elizabeth.
Yeah?
Well,
Not sure.
Not sure.
Barry's answer's probably
Come up
best,
with
wasn't it?
I'm sure I've heard Elizabeth, but I can't recall.
We've got nothing else.
Anything else.
Well,
with that.
I've known that for so long as well.
30 years. Well, the best we can come up with is Elizabeth, Jeremy.
Is it right?
Can't be, because
Is it Ruth? Is it Ruth?
I don't know.
Nobody knows it. Elizabeth's wrong. It's Helen.
We've still got a chance.
We're back. We're back, girls.
Hit us with another football question, Jeremy.
Here's your question. For what does the letter J stand in the name of the author, J.G. Ballard?
John James.
Do you think if he had a really cool name like Jerome, he'd just use his name? So it's a boring
It's
name.
like James Ballard.
John sounds.
John or James. Do you think she was John or James? Should we, John or
John. I
John?
think let's go for John.
Something in my head, yeah.
Or did you think?
I don't-
Is there a James for some reason in the back of your mind?
There is, but
Is there?
But it
Did
might.
you have
It
any
is.
strong
But I think
preference? I don't have a
let's do
strong
John. I think
preference.
let's go for John.
No, because sometimes it's that
No,
one.
I
just
don't.
goes, no.
It could be John too. What?
Okay, I had.
Go for James.
I just.
James.
James.
John.
You seem
I
like
think
you
John.
really want.
I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay. All right.
All right.
John.
Who should we go?
John.
John.
Yeah.
With John.
John.
John is your answer. What's the right answer?
James.
Oh, you're joking.
It's James. I bet Wendy knew that.
Oh, nearly there though.
Oh, did you know that, Wendy?
Yes.
Yes.
No, it is often the one that is your first thought.
Don't worry. Don't worry, it's not over yet.
You're always right, Norina. Oh.
Eggheads, this for the contest. Who was named the world's highest paid model by Forbes magazine in 2016?
Not Kate Moss, I wouldn't have thought.
No.
I can't think of. Oh. Who's that Brazilian?
Oh,
Gina Bunchen?
Giselle Bundchen.
Giselle Bundchen?
Yeah, possible.
God.
No, I'm not going to think.
From Archester Models, it's all going bad. Yeah. Try Giselle Bundchen, but I don't
Try
think
Giselle
we can't go
Bundchen.
better.
Okay. Yeah. Best we can come up with is Giselle Bundchen, Jeremy.
Giselle Bundchen is your answer. She earned a reported $30 million in 2015. It was indeed Giselle. We say congratulations, Eggheads, you have won!
Yeah, I want to give you a standing ovation, you were saying.
That was amazing. Actually, Eggheads, well done, because that, Barry, your brain just flipped out Giselle. I don't know how. I would have accepted just Giselle, actually.
Yeah.
So, did you know that?
Yes.
Yes. Well, what a contest. Thank you so much. That's one of the best, I think it is the best I've ever seen. The best I've ever seen on Eggheads. Commiserations, page turners. Many have answered far fewer correct questions than one, so you come upon them when they've been in very good form today. They've done what comes naturally. The winning streak continues. It does mean that you haven't won the £19,000. There is no more deserving team, though. The money rolls over to our next show. Eggheads, congratulations. Well, if you can do it against this team, maybe you can never be beaten. Join us next time to see if a new team of challengers have the brains to defeat the Eggheads. £20,000 says they don't. Till then, phew, goodbye.